What's up, you guys? It's Dreary, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to beat hard content in this game, but not only this game, also all RPGs. It's a technique used in almost every RPG I've ever played where there are set skills with cooldowns, okay? So let's talk a little bit about the lingo first. I don't know where you guys are at, and don't worry, asking things like, what is an A1 is perfectly acceptable. I'll break it down for you, okay? So the way you beat hard content in a game, especially RPGs, is through this process called A1 cycling. It's a technique where you use weak skills prior to getting to the boss or prior to getting to the hard part, so that when you get to the hard part, you have your best skills available, your best abilities. And with Raid's new priority system, where you can set up their skills every round, this has become so much easier to do even on auto. Okay, so the first question might be, what is an A1? Well, that stands for ability 1. Sometimes you might hear S1, that stands for skill 1, but it's the basic skill of your champion that they can do over and over without cooldown. So for example, let's just look at we can look at Warlord here. On the A1, he's got Bludgeon. This is his A1. He can use this over and over and over, and there is no cooldown. Let's see if we come to his A2, right? This protection skill, he's got 3-turn cooldown. That means after he uses it, he has to wait 3 turns before he can use it again. This one has a 4-turn cooldown, so he has to wait till he can use it again. So A1 cycling would be using this skill over and over and over, Bludgeon, until he gets to the boss, or until he gets to the hardest waves where he starts using these. Now, A1 cycling is not stuck to the A1. For example, on the wave before, I could be using A1, A2 because all I want to save is this third one for the boss. Or I could be using A1 and A3 because all I want to do is save this one for the boss. And like I said, this is not a raid specific thing. This is used in like all RPGs, in many different games, in many different gaming worlds. No, we're not trying to buy something right now. Okay, so let me show you guys a little bit of how this works. We can go ahead and go to Dragon, and I'll run Dragon 25, and we'll do yeah, we'll go ahead and do with this team, and I'll show you a little bit of A1 cycling in real time, so you get an idea for what I'm talking about. Okay, let's take it off auto. Okay, that's okay, we did the first move. So Archmage put up all these buffs, right? And then we'll use A3 here, boom, add up more buffs. Then we'll use A3 here, because this is wave 1, add up more buffs, and we put all these buffs up so that Seer can do her A3 and tear them all down. Boom, they're all gone, right? Okay, now we have his A2 here. We can use that, that's fine. Ooh. We can use the A1, that's fine. We can use Clan Banner, that's fine. And we can use this, that's fine, the A2. Okay, and I'm going to decrease the cooldown by 2 turns of everyone. So now we're going to A3. And now we're going to A3. And now we're going to... Now, if I wanted to slay this wave, we would have Ghostborn go first. Ghostborn's not going before her. My speed tune is a little off, and that's okay. We're going to do it because this is going to give me the perfect way to show you guys how to A1 cycle. She's not going to kill all the enemies, watch. See, they're still alive. We have lots of them still alive. So here's where the A1 cycle comes in. Say we want to save this A3 for the boss, right? And we're going to save that A3 for the boss. So we're not going to use his best skills since they're all low. We're going to use A2 instead, right? Boom, boom, boom. We got slapped up a little bit. That's okay. We're going to use, say we want to save A2 for the boss. Then we'll use A1. And then, oh man, everybody's going down. But we'll use A1 here. And we want to save that one for the boss, so we're going to use A1. And we'll use A2 to heal him back up, because we want somebody alive, right? We're going to use A1. and we're going to use A1. This is why it's called A1 cycling. You guys are starting to get it? So his A3 is available, but I don't want to use the A3 because I'm A1 cycling. So A1, and here we are at the boss. Now, luckily for me, the whole team went out, but that's because they're built super thin. This is my Seer team, and it's faster if they die off anyway. So now his A3 is available. His best skill is available right when we get to the boss. If I wouldn't have A1 cycled, this would have still been on cooldown. So here we go. Now I can A3 and get those poisons on right away. I can A3, increase attack, and drop his defense. And then after that, I can do whatever. But I can hit him right out of the gate with my best skills. That is an A1 cycle. That is how you A1 cycle. Maybe I'll try it again with another team that's meant to last to the end. If anybody knows Raid, they know how these Seer teams are built. This goes much faster when the rest of the team dies off. So everybody else is super thin. But that's the idea. So on the wave before, the big wave or the big boss or whatever you want to save your best skills for, you just use your A1 or your A2 or your A3, whichever skills you don't need for the boss, you use those instead. So that once you get to the boss, you have the best stuff available. All right, guys, I hope that helped you out. You can program this in the new priority settings. As a matter of fact, let's do that. We can wait for this actually because it's not going to take too much longer. This is about a minute 30 dragon team. It's only way longer because I'm manual. But let's go ahead and go back to the stage selection because I can actually show you guys this, how you can A1 cycle. So if I go to team setup, right, and I go all the way down, where are they at? Here they go. And here we go. So round one, we can say open and then never use these again. And we have one and never use that. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can. So the way I have it set up now, and this was not scripted, the way I have this set up now is actually for them to A1 cycle on the first wave. So how does this work in the settings? Well, I set this to open and then never use again. And this is never use again. And look, everyone is set that way. Open and never use again. Open and never use again. Open and never. Open and never. So the whole point of that is so that they hit with their strongest skills to get that first wave. And then if anybody is left over, they're A1 cycle. The reason they A1 cycle is that so round two, they can come fresh with their strongest skill again. Look, everybody has one here. So that on the round two, they can use their strongest skill again. That's how you can set A1 cycling. This is how you set A1 cycling. You may have them do their A3 and then not use any of them. And on the second wave, right, if you want them to A1 cycle completely on the second wave, then you could just don't use. Just like that. Don't use. Just like that. So you can set everybody this way for round two. So they only do that, and then round three, they'll come off with it super strong. Well, I hope that helped you guys out. As usual, hit me up if you got questions, if you got comments, if you got things you need help on, anything. You can catch me on stream, Jury Dream, Twitch. You can ask me, and I will help you with that, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. I will be back with you guys later for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Deuces.